Greetings and peace to all of you. So I know some of us have already maybe seen the previous videos on the 5 C's, and as we had talked about before, communication, and we've talked about consistency. Today I want to talk about character, right? And it's so important that character is something that we want to develop in our kids. It's so important that we have those, where a lot of times we focus on our grades and we want them to be the best, and it's so important. But the idea of also inculcating some good character traits and having a moral compass is so important, especially than ever before. The challenges that kids have throughout, not just in their classroom, it could be in their community, in their neighborhood, at the park, in their house, on social media. There are challenges that they have, and they need to make the right choices. And this is where I feel it's so important that we have those discussions with them. And when they have these challenges, through the proper communication and being consistent with them, you could build good character. And one of the big things is you want to build resiliency and grit. They are going to have challenges in their life. It might be academically, it might be socially, it might be spirituality-wise, it might be online, it might be through their own family, it might be through their health. Every child at a certain time will happen to them or someone they love. And if you don't help them develop habits of good character, of being patient, being resilient, understanding, looking at things in a different way, reflecting on their life, it's going to be tough. And that's why having those specific things is important. Think about it. Now you have stuff like national global issues that are happening. Right now at this time when I'm making this video, there has been a lot going on even in the United States with the Black Lives Matter and the social injustices. And these things that kids see on the video, on email, through their friends' discussion, in school, online, this is something they're trying to figure out. And kids, even at a young age, from watching news and hearing from others, might be like, am I a person of a faith that people don't like me? Am I of an ethnic group that people don't like me? Is it my color that people not treat me fairly? They have these thoughts. And if we don't have these conversations with them, and that's why that first one of communication and keeping up with them, consistency, to say that, look, these things happen. Here's what you could do. This is how you can make it better. These are the right resources. This is a great video to watch. That could go a long way. So when you have national issues like social injustices, or sometimes when you have politics from the presidency in this year in 2020 is very big, or a national issue like right now, global issues from global warming, that discussions about making recycling and things are a thing, to a health issue. Right now, as we are going, especially here, if you watch this video 2 years from now, I just want you to realize this is the time that COVID, something that just shocked the whole, not just the United States, the whole world. And now limited to going to school, limited of going to play, going to different places. This has kind of changed the whole perspective of children and their daily aspects, and even adults and their work life and their social or financial situation. So that kind of plays a big part. Then you might have some individuals where you want to have character stuff is that if they're playing in school teams or clubs, where they're going to sometimes be the star player. Sometimes they're going to be not the star player. They might be sitting on the bench, or they might be the weakest link in that club, or that sports team, or the debate team, or the academic team. Or they might be the superstar. Or one year they were the star, but now they're not the star anymore. Or they were in middle school the superstar, in high school now they have to start all over again. Those are challenges. And sometimes when you're always kind of saying, well, you're the best, nothing can do wrong, they're going to have to realize there's going to be failure. But failure builds you to be stronger. And when you become stronger, you can move forward. And that is something that's so important for kids to make sure that they have, and goes far. So now when you have these specific things of that, and then you have the idea of kids where they might have things where they see financially a difficulty. And where can that financial difficulty happen? It could be they see that the parents were maybe struggling, going through some financial tough times. They see some maybe that other kids have some things that we don't get to have. Sometimes they get to travel, we don't get to travel. We were living nice, but now we don't because there's a difficult time. Sometimes they're going to have to see those tough times. And you have to have those communications and saying, and struggles can build resilience in them, right? Because if you open up to them and say, look, we're going through some time, we need to be more fiscally responsible, and we're going through this right now, we just have to be, we need us to make prayers for your parents, or right now we're gonna have to move into this house, or we're gonna have to share this, or we're gonna have to be limited going outside for restaurants, or whatever it is. Those are things that sometimes happens, and we have to kind of talk to our kids. I know sometimes we want to shun stuff, no doubt about it, but there are also things that kids need to see. And if it's not just in our own family, but we see other people in the world struggling, or stuff that they're happening, and maybe when we can give time and support, and for them to now, so important is to give time to others. Helping God's creation, God will help you. Right? And I think when they don't have this opportunity, when things are going good, you want them to build character by letting them helping others. So being grateful for what they have. So that's, I think, one of the big things are, so even if they don't see the struggles, they're trying to help other individuals who are going through the struggles, or they see that others are getting struggle to appreciate themselves. Because if they don't, sometimes they don't see that, they don't never seen any struggles or seen anyone. When that happens to them, it might be devastating. So hopefully take these things in mind, and hopefully keep this building character, and these were different areas where you could build character, and it starts within us as the way we deal with things, they are going to see. And if not, you yourself can help them see this or speak to them about this, getting a mentor for them to understand. And if things are going well, they need to see others going through that struggles and appreciate and try to do something, not just feel bad for them, but making some things by giving community service or helping or raising funds for that will go a long way. Thank you.
We are honored to say this video is sponsored by Amana Mutual Funds. Amana Mutual Funds favors companies with low price to earnings multiples, strong balance sheets, and proven businesses. They follow a value-oriented approach consistent with Islamic finance principles. Start investing in a pure way today with Amana Mutual Funds.